Thank you very much, Debbie. This is Jerry DePaulo from the Pittsburgh Tribune Review. Any one of you two gentlemen can answer this question, maybe both of you. The shots weren't falling there for a while for you guys. How did were you able to keep up the defensive intensity on the other end of the floor amid those frustrations?
Basically, the gist of it was just to guard the action to be able to win the game. So whenever you guard a team that's played that runs such a good motion offense for 40 minutes, it's more about beating the scout and winning the game that way. So you stay defensive sound to make it tough for them to get the looks that they normally get. It's a little bit harder. So that was basically the gist of it.
We have a question from Jeff. You want to go ahead?
Yes, thank you, guys. And this is for either of you. Just with the adversity you guys have faced this season, maybe how did that prepare you for, what you needed to do to be able to come back and the toughness you needed to be able to come back in a game like?
It's just, we face more adversity than what people really think on the court and off the court. So it's just having a real good, tough group of guys that isn't just going to get hit in the mouth and stay away and cower in the corner. We're one of those teams we're going to take the hit, we're going to like it, and we're going to give you a couple more on the way out. So it was just more about just to be able to take those moments on the chin and be able to keep pushing through.
Again, full name and affiliation before you ask your question. Alan, go ahead.
Alan Saunders from Pittsburgh Sports Now. You guys, in the second half, you started, I think you missed your first 8 shots of your second half. You finished making your last 7 shots. What changed in that second half that allowed your offense to operate so much better as the game went on?
I just think as our defensive intensity picked up in the second half, we were able just to make those shots. Those shots that we made, those 7 shots we made were just big momentum shots. And Tyson and T-Don were locked in down the stretch on a couple of those shots. So just our defense carried us to be able just to make those shots.
We have a question from Zach. Go ahead.
Hey, gentlemen. Zach Weiss, Pittsburgh Sports Now and A10.com. First of all, congratulations. Second of all, you held them without a field goal for 9:26 towards that very end of the second half. Just what specifically did you guys key in on towards that end stretch to allow you guys to close the game out?
To be honest, we just really locked in on the last 3 weeks of just being able to take people out what they're good at and be able to guard the ball really well. We're a defensive-minded team, and it shows each and every game that when our intensity's there, the teams are a little bit frazzled. They're upset by the way we play defense. So I feel like that's what just really kept them off of rhythm a little bit was our intensity towards the end and since the jump of the game.
John O'Connor, did you have a question?
I do. Thank you, Debbie. I'm John O'Connor from the Richmond Times-Dispatch. And Michael, could you address how the absence of Blake Francis may have affected the way you played defensively?
It changed a little bit because he just wasn't out there on the floor. But him and Gilliard have similar games, so it's just it was more of a hurt for them not to play with him. And no one really wants to have any team play at a disadvantage or anything. You want to have guys hurt or anything. So, we really weren't really too tied in on that because at the end of the day, the game's still going to continue on no matter who's out there on the court.
Question from, is it Nubias? I hope I'm saying your name correct.
Yes, that was fantastic. Thank you for getting that right. Question I have is, what did it mean to you guys to, one, have more success on the three-point line as a whole, but two, to really see Chad Baker start to come into his own there? Because he really balled out those hands.
Chad just, just kept staying at it. He hit some big shots in the game. He stepped up big time. So we were excited to see him step up big time. So it meant a lot just for him to come in a crucial game like this and just step up and make big shots.
And please mute your line when you've finished asking your questions. We'll go to Alan. Go ahead, Alan.
Hey guys, Duquesne hasn't won a game in this tournament since before you have more goals than to win one, but what does it mean to check another box off of something that hasn't been done here in a long time?
I mean, like everyone was so happy about winning the game, but at the end of the day, we still have another 11 a.m. That's tomorrow, so we can all be happy and be big history guys. But at the end of the day, we got to keep it moving. The game's just going to continue to come on, and they're only going to get tougher. So you can enjoy this for a little bit of time until we get to the bus, and then as soon as we get to the hotel, it's locking in for another game because it's a quick turnaround, and we got to be prepared and quick and in a hurry.
Jerry, go ahead.
Thank you. Grant Golden played a lot of the game, missed some of the game with that finger. Did you guys notice him when he was in the game favoring that finger at all?
No, not really. I mean, I really wasn't even paying attention. I didn't even know he was hurt until the tip. So, I mean, it didn't seem like he was favored at all. I just mean, it may seem that he wasn't trying to use it. I mean, I guess, because obviously it's hurt, but I really wasn't paying attention too in depth about favoring the side or such.